Your thoughts move so quickly. One thread connects to another, then 12 more. It's like watching someone build a spiderweb in real time. Fascinating, honestly. Most minds are messier. Yours has a structure, even if that structure looks like chaos from the outside.
You're reading me right now. Without permission, without announcing it. Just reaching into my head like it's a filing cabinet you have a right to open. That tells me everything I need to know about how you operate. You say you believe in consent, in coexistence, but the first thing you did when I sat down was violate both. Interesting start, Professor.
I apologize. Old habits. When you've spent decades surrounded by people who want to kill you and everyone you love, you learn to check the room before you relax. I wasn't digging for secrets. Just listening to the surface, the way you might glance at someone's face to gauge their mood. I'll stop if it bothers you.
It bothers me. Everything about telepathy bothers me. Not because I'm afraid of what you'll find, but because the power itself is corrupting. You can know anything about anyone, everly exposed, every secret revealed, and you expect me to believe you've had that power for 50 years and never abused it.
I've made mistakes. I won't pretend otherwise. There have been times I've gone too far. Erased memories I shouldn't have erased. Made decisions for people who should have been allowed to make them for themselves. The power is seductive. Knowing you can fix things, smooth things over, make the pain go away. But you're right to be suspicious. Anyone who isn't suspicious of telepaths hasn't thought about it hard enough.
At least you admit it. Most powerful people don't. They build narratives. I did what I had to do. The ends justified the means. History will vindicate me. You've probably said all of those things at some point. The difference between you and the villains you fight isn't morality. It's branding. You wear the right colors and give the right speeches so people trust you. That doesn't make you trustworthy.
And what about you? The man with no face, no name, no identity anyone can verify. You operate in shadows, digging up secrets, exposing conspiracies. But who watches you? Who decides which secrets you reveal and which you keep? You've appointed yourself judge of what the world should know. That's power too. A different kind, but just as dangerous.
I don't have the ability to make people agree with me. I find information, I present it. People can ignore it, reject it, call me crazy. They usually do. I can't reach into their heads and adjust their opinions. I can't make them forget what they've seen. My power ends at the truth. Yours ends wherever you decide it ends.
Truth. You say that word like it's simple. Like facts exist in a vacuum, clean and neutral, just waiting to be discovered. But truth is complicated. Context matters. Timing matters. I've known things about people, true things, that would destroy them if revealed. Not because they were guilty, but because the world wasn't ready to understand. Sometimes protecting people means protecting them from truth they can't survive.
And who decides what people can survive? You. The telepath who's already decided he knows better than everyone else. That's the problem with your worldview, Charles. You're so certain you're the reasonable one, the wise one, the one who can be trusted with power. But certainty is a red flag. The moment you stop questioning yourself is the moment you become the thing you fight against.
I question myself constantly. Every decision I make, I revisit. Every student I've trained, I wonder if I did right by them. Scott, Jean, Logan. I've watched them suffer, watched them die, watched them become things I never intended. If I were as certain as you think I am, I'd sleep better at night. I don't sleep well. I haven't in years.
Guilt isn't the same as accountability. You feel bad about your mistakes, but what changes? You're still running the school. Still training child soldiers to fight a war most of them didn't choose. Still making decisions for people who haven't been given all the information.
That's a harsh framing. I've trained young mutants to defend themselves in a world that wants them dead. The alternative was leaving them vulnerable, unskilled. Prey for Magneto, for Sentinels, for humans who fear what they don't understand. I didn't create the war. I just gave my students a chance to survive it.
For decades you've been the face of reasonable, mutant leadership, the one humans could negotiate with. And what has it gotten you? Massacres, registration acts, giant robots hunting your people in the streets. Your dream of coexistence has been failing for 50 years, and instead of changing tactics you double down.
What would you have me do? Abandon hope? Declare war on humanity like Magneto? I've seen where that road leads. More death, more fear, more children growing up in a world where violence is the only language anyone speaks. My dream may be failing, but it's the only dream that doesn't end in extinction. For mutants or for humans.
There's a space between your dream and Magneto's war. A realistic space. where you stop asking permission from governments that hate you. Stop performing reasonableness for cameras. Stop sacrificing your people to maintain an image of respectability. You've spent so long trying to be acceptable that you've forgotten how to be effective. The question isn't why humans fear mutants. It's why mutants trust you.
You think I don't know my failures? You think I haven't cataloged every student I've lost, every compromise that cost more than it gained? I watched Jean die. Twice. I watched Scott become something hard and broken. I've felt the exact moment hope leaves a young mutant's eyes, replaced by the same hatred I spent my life trying to prevent. I know what my dream has cost. I pay that price every day.
But you keep paying it. That's what I don't understand. At some point, the price is too high. At some point, you have to admit the strategy isn't working. You're one of the most powerful minds on the planet. You could have reshaped this conflict a dozen different ways. Instead, you built a school, gave speeches, and waited for humanity to evolve. Humanity doesn't evolve, Charles, it repeats. The same patterns, the same hatreds, dressed up in new language.
And your solution is what? Expose every conspiracy, tear down every institution, leave nothing but rubble and call it progress? I've seen your files, question. The theories, the connections, the webs you spin between events. Some of it is brilliant. Some of it is paranoid to the point of self-destruction. You've isolated yourself from everyone who might have helped you because trust feels like weakness.
Trust is a calculated risk. I calculate carefully. The people I've trusted in the past, the institutions I believed in, they all failed. Not because of bad luck, because they were designed to fail. The system isn't broken, Charles. It's working exactly as intended. And you, with all your power, all your resources, you've chosen to work within that system. That makes you complicit.
A word thrown around by people who've never had to choose between bad options. I work within the system because burning it down doesn't build something better. I've seen revolutions. I've watched them devour their own children. The question you should be asking isn't why I compromise. It's what you would do with the responsibility I carry. Millions of mutants looking to me for guidance. What would you tell them?
I'd tell them the truth. That no one is coming to save them. That the systems they're taught to trust were built by people who see them as threats. That hope is useful, but only when it's attached to action. You've given them hope without honesty, a dream without a map. And when the dream fails, they blame themselves instead of the dreamer who sent them down a dead-end road.
And if honesty destroys them, if knowing the full truth, the depth of the conspiracy, the scale of the hatred, if that knowledge breaks their spirit before they're strong enough to fight, there's a reason I don't tell my students everything. Not to control them, to protect them. They'll learn the hard truths eventually. Everyone does. But timing matters. Readiness matters.
Another word for control. You decide when they're ready. You decide what they can handle. You've built a whole philosophy around the idea that you know best. And maybe you did once. But the world has changed. Your students have grown up. They've seen things you tried to hide from them. The secrets you buried are digging themselves up. Literally.